Hi Founder fans, Jason here, and today's founder is John Page. Now John Page graduated from the College of William and Mary and had made some lifelong friends, one of whom was Thomas Jefferson. And he would spend the rest of his life addressing letters to "My dear Jefferson," though I should note, Jefferson wrote more frequently to Page than he wrote back, and oftentimes Jefferson would complain, "Hey man, why aren't you writing me so frequently?" And Page starts almost all of his letters with something along the lines of, "Sorry, I'm busy, man." Like, I'm trying. So anyway, John Page becomes a revolutionary himself, and after Thomas Jefferson writes the Declaration of Independence and it's signed and sent back, John Page notes that he is highly pleased with the document, and then helps write Virginia's new state constitution. In fact, he is very quickly elected as Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, serving under Governor Patrick Henry. He spends 3 years in that position before going to the House of Representatives, the Virginia House of Representatives, where he spends most of the 1780s. And then he's elected to the Virginia State Ratification Convention for the Constitution. Now, at first, Page doesn't really care for the Constitution, but he does have a conversation with several high-profile founders, including Edmund Randolph, George Mason, and Colonel Lee, which I believe is Light Horse Harry Lee, but it might be another Lee brother. That's my inclination, though. So anyway, these three people tell him, hey, changes need to be made, but it'll be easier to ratify the Constitution and then amend it than to amend it and then ratify it, because we'll just go through so many years of amendments, it'll never actually happen. In fact, there's a quote here I'd like to read to you from Page to Thomas Jefferson, which goes, "I wished it might be adopted without losing time in fruitless attempts to make amendments which might be made with more probability of success in the manner pointed out by the Constitution itself." Like I said, it's just easier to ratify it and then fix it with the mechanisms already put in the Constitution than to try and make a new Constitution or do this and that, yada yada yada. So after this, John Page is elected to the United States House of Representatives. He's an inaugural member of the United States House of Representatives, where he sits for 8 years, the entirety of George Washington's administration. Now after this, Page goes back to Virginia to be, governor of Virginia. And he's respected enough to be there for the maximum amount allowed at the time, which was 3 years. After this, well, he's given his old friend Tommy is now President of the United States, and Jefferson appoints him as United States Commissioner of Loans for Virginia, which is one of many, many, many federal appointed positions that presidents have to put out at the time. There's a lot more now, but at the time. And it's a very important position that Page successfully did for the remainder of his life. Now, I do want to say, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like, and if you're new here, subscribe. I put out videos like this 5 days a week. We have a great live one on Wednesdays. This is a lot of fun. I've been putting out interviews on Thursday with authors and people in the American Revolution industry. So definitely hit like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I'll be back to you with another founder on Monday.